What's up, YouTube? Long overdue. Yes, y'all, I got my big ice cream. Y'all know, this is my ice cream cup. Got my little juice in there. Y'all had to get multiple ones because they had this one, then they had one with the vanilla ice cream thing at the top, then they had a strawberry one, then they had a watermelon one. I forget what the other one was. Oh, I don't remember. There's a watermelon, a strawberry, this one, the white ice cream, and then a pineapple. But I like this one. Nice for some cool summer drinks. But anyway, this is a long overdue video because everyone, I'm sure, is familiar with the Tyre Nichols case. So I just wanted to kind of voice my opinion. But I'm going to read like some of the facts because I don't want anyone or YouTube thinking that like I'm just making stuff up or whatever it is. So Tyre Nichols was a 29-year-old male, a person of color. He was stopped at on a traffic stop, and they pulled him out of the car, and they tased him, and they maced him. He was able to get up and get away, and this is kind of what I'm summarizing, like this right here. So I'm just summarizing it. He was able to get up, and he tried to run away, and the 5 officers, which were also people of color, caught up to him, and they started beating him and kicking him, and among other things. And he basically he was going to the store for his mother. Okay, so let's rewind this. He was going to the store for his mother, and they supposedly they pulled him over for reckless driving. Which, if you type in his name, it'll show the actual videos from the body cam and from the mounted cameras that were on the street. I don't know if it was on like the lights or whatever it was there, but yeah. So he was going to the store for his mother, and he was on his way home, and that's when he got pulled over. And there was no probable cause for them pulling him over. Like, it didn't show anything in the videos of him reckless driving or anything. And the crazy thing is that when they released the footage, it was edited. Okay, so like everybody knows what edited means, right? Edit means you, like when we do YouTube videos, you edit the video to make it, look better or take things out or add things or whatever it is. So these were edited videos. So it said that the officers caught up with him near his house where they punched, kicked, pepper sprayed him, and struck him repeatedly with their police baton. Okay. Medics that were called to the scene did not administer any kind of CPR or nothing for 16 minutes. He was taken to the hospital. Okay, he was in critical condition. He died 3 days later. But it was all because of this. It was the blunt force trauma and everything like that he endured with these officers. And I'm not going to sit here and bash officers in any way, because officers are here to protect and serve. But when they go above and beyond that and take advantage of their title, that's whenever they should be held liable. That's whenever, and I still wouldn't even bash them. I would just say that's when I would voice my opinion. Okay, and it doesn't mean just because he was a person of color, it doesn't matter who he was. It doesn't matter what nationality, what race, whatever he was. So it says here, the officers reported that they stopped Nichols for reckless driving. The Memphis Police Department, which is the Scorpion Unit, released 4 edited video clips from police body cams and a nearby pole-mounted camera. The police chief later stated that the department had reviewed camera footage and could not find any evidence of probable cause for the traffic stop, which means he didn't do anything. He wasn't recklessly driving. He was going to the store for his mom, getting whatever it was that she needed. And they did say it when it first happened. They did say what he was going to the store for, but I don't remember what it was. Okay, so it says, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations and the United States Department of Justice both opened investigations into the incident. The autopsy determined the cause of death as blunt force trauma to the head, and the manner of death was homicide. The 5 officers who assaulted Nichols were discharged from the Memphis Police Department. Yay. But that's still... they were arrested and charged on January 26th with second-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, aggravated assault, official misconduct, and official oppression. Which, y'all, if y'all don't know what official oppression is, look it up, but, So it says 3 of the officers has pleaded not guilty to the charges. 1 officer, which I'm not going to name names, pleaded guilty to federal charges of deprivation of rights and conspiracy and agreed to cooperate with the prosecutors. But that was in November. This was way after it happened. So another officer who initially pleaded not guilty changed his plea to guilty on August 23rd. The MPD, which is the Memphis Police Department, has disciplined, relieved of duty, dismissed, or arrested 13 officers regarding their conduct. And the Memphis Fire Services terminated 3 employees for their failure to evaluate or assist Nichols. After the release of the videos, widespread protests began on January 27th. Now, this happened on January 7th. Alright. The 5 officers involved were also charged with civil rights violations by federal authorities in connection with the killing. One of them later pleaded guilty to these charges. He later agreed to plead guilty to all state charges as well, including murder. A second officer pleaded guilty in August. And it's just it tells you what each one of the officers, what they pleaded and whatever. But the people that were involved, this Tyre guy, he was born in June of 1993 and he died in January of 2023. He worked for FedEx and he was an amateur photographer with a photography website. He was raised in California and moved to Memphis in 2020. Let me see. He was impossibly slim due to Crohn's disease and weighed 145 pounds at a height of 6'3". I don't know why they put that in there, guys. That's irrelevant to this whole thing. But these officers were aged 24, 30, 32, and 28. So they were pretty much close to his age. Rookies, I guess. But then it kind of gives a little synopsis, I would say, of the officers of the Scorpion unit. And it says on here his traffic stop, which the videos, if you look at the video, the thing right here is the videos. But if you just type in his name, which I'll put it's going to be in the title and the description. If you just type in his name, it'll come up. So Nichols was 2 minutes away from his home when he was stopped by them at 8:24. The officers conducted the initial stop at the intersection with police vehicles surrounding his car on three sides. The body-worn camera footage released by the city of Memphis did not show any activity earlier than an officer responding to a stop in progress. The two officers were at the traffic stop when another one arrived. But by then, the one officer already pulled him out of the car. As Nichols said, "I didn't do anything." An officer shouted, "Get on the ground." And moments later, an officer shouted, "I'm going to tase your..." Officers pushed him to the ground. He was lying on the side of the road. An officer had Nichols' left hand, a second one had his right hand, and a third officer held a taser against his left leg while also using his right hand to hold Nichols to the ground. From the moment that Nichols was pulled from his car to being held to the ground, officers simultaneously yelled numerous commands, threats, and made assaultive comments at him. While being held on the ground, an officer continued to yell for Nichols to lie down. Nichols responded, "I am on the ground." And y'all, I seen the video when they first released it, and it was, now listen, and people are gonna say, I don't even have to read the rest of this, but the people are gonna say, well, you weren't there, so you don't know what he said or what he did or anything like that. Like, the body cam, literally, the body cam footage was edited, so it's gonna take out things that were bad on their part, not on Nichols' part. But they, it just continues to say, like, what happened and everything like that. But they did hit him with the baton. They punched him. They kicked him, tasing him. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. But then 3 days later, he did pass away. But it says the medics arrived at 8:41, but did not begin to assist Nichols until 60 minutes later. An ambulance from the Memphis Fire Department arrived at 9:02 and took Nichols to St. Francis Hospital at 9:18 after he complained of shortness of breath. On the scene, video footage showed officers issued at least 71 commands in over 13 minutes. The New York Times described the order as often simultaneous and contradictory, and sometimes even impossible to obey. And it says there was an investigation, there was a police report, the autopsy, dismissal charges, and lawsuits. Like, there was a lot of stuff. There was state charges, there was federal charges, there was a civil lawsuit. Like, literally, y'all, you have to read this. And it was just, like, it's very, like, disturbing because, like, you think, like, that was somebody's child. Like, everybody was somebody's child. And it's just a shame that he had to endure this, especially from 5 officers. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 officers. And it's a shame because, like, nobody should have to go through this. Like, these officers are supposed to protect and serve, not beat and kill. And that's the problem, is that they use that badge to their advantage. Some of them do. I'm not going to say all. But some of them do. And, they take advantage of it. Like, I'm an officer of the law. I can do whatever I want and I can get away with it. But they were all acquitted on these charges. Like, all of them. Sorry, guys. But anyway, so let me know down in the comments if y'all follow this. Like I said, you can go on the Wikipedia and you could just type in his name, which you'll see it in the title. You could see the whole thing that I read. It's all right here. Like, guys, and I just kind of like, I read most of it, but I summarized some of it because this was like, they gave you like literally each one of the charges and what officer was charged with what and what officer did this and what officer did that. So, and like I said, there's external videos that if you click on them, it shows like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 body cams, but then there's also the pole 1, 2. So you could see that one. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna sit there and finish my juicy juice. Make sure y'all give this video a big thumbs up. I know a lot of people were angered by, what went on and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys heard about this, give me your opinion in the comments. Because, I'd like to hear how other people are feeling about this. And, like I said, nobody was there. Nobody knows the actual truth but him, and he's no longer here. And the officers, but the officers, obviously, they're going to protect each other. That's the code. They protect each other. So that's why the videos that were released were edited videos. Because, they keep it on the hush hush, right? So, and like I said, it's not all officers by any means. Like, I'm not trying to bash anybody. Okay, any officers, any people from the fire department, the ambulance department, like none of them. I'm not trying to bash any of them, but in this circumstance, like why would you wait that long to administer CPR? If you see him on the ground, he was repeatedly punched, kicked, tased, like beat in the head. Why would you wait that long? Couldn't breathe. He was complying. But if you have 5 officers that are trying to jump on you, your instinct would be to try to run, especially if you're that close to your house. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'm sorry for making this video that long, but I'm trying to increase the length of my videos because a lot of my videos are only like 5, 6, 7 minutes long, sometimes less than that. So I'm trying to make it a little bit longer. But yeah, so I'm gonna really, really quick. I'm going to show you a picture of him. And I'm not saying like just because they have these certain pictures and stuff like that doesn't mean that I'm trying to say, oh look, like he looks so innocent. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to say like it's a shame that for him being a younger man, especially of color, like they're so like people are targeted, and it's a shame. It really is, because everybody, we all bleed the same. It's terrible. It really is. I don't even know the man, and it gets me upset. That you want to cry because he didn't have to go through that. He was 29 years old, and it doesn't matter if he was 60, 80, 12, whatever. But like it's just a shame. It really is. So all right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna finish my drink. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Also, comment below and give me your opinion on what you guys think. And also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. I will see you guys in the next video. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. This is your day. Y'all deserve it. Let us sit back, relax, and enjoy ourselves. All right, y'all. I love you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.